Put vina Turske pretočen u muzej. Prvi i jedini privatni muzej te vrste u Turskoj. Da jedan pasionirani ljubitelj putovanja, član porodice Kutman, nije otišao u Portugaliju u jednoj staroj vinari i posmatrao eksponate izložene, možda nikada ne bi došao na ideju da tako nešto stvori u svojoj zemlji.
Now we are in the Kutman Museum. Kutman Museum is a winery also. They have a wine museum and they are showing us some details which is coming from the past. Actually, that area is taken by Kutman family and they are here for 3 generations. But they have this area from 1896. Till 1958 they used those things here and you can see things that they use in the vineyards, and they have some details also what they use in the wine factories. It's also so old things, and they are keeping some grapes inside it, and they are mashing the grapes. They have presses, and they have also big barrels over here. Those barrels are keeping the wine inside. But you know, they cannot keep the wine in one time in one barrel. They need to transfer it. So they are using some extraordinary system which they call tulumba. And 2 men is working nearby the tulumbas and they are pumping one to the other one and they are changing the wine inside and they can mix the wine. They're not doing only red and rose and white wine. They're also making some fruit wines, which is like melon, which is like vişne, as we say in Turkish, cherry, and they have also raspberries and 6 different kinds like this one. Those are like little bit liqueurs, so little alcohol inside, which is 10%. But they have also quality wines which has medals, bronze, silver and gold. And they are a known family here. Today still they have this area. They have a small restaurant next to here and they are using as a restaurant and a winery and wine tasting place. This is the interesting machine inside that museum because it's an old press. They were using this press till 1958 and they're putting all the grape juice inside it and they're pressing and they're separating from the cover. Also, they take out the press and they use those tulumbas to transfer the wine from one barrel to the other barrel, and all those things used, as I told, till 1958.
Spremanje vina počinje u vinogradu. Tu istinu su prihvatili u vinari i barbare. Imali su ideju kojom su se rukovodili da bi postigli vrhunski kvalitet vina. Where does your love for wine originate from?
My father lived in France for 16 years, and that's where he basically started thinking about wine producing. He had friends that were chateau owners, etc. So he saw the culture and the heritage that was in France, and he wanted to reproduce that in Turkey. And since I was a kid, I remember nearly every holiday we used to go to Florence, to the south of France, to different wine regions, and we just tasted wine. We stayed in chateaus, etc. And now, since we're grown up, we upped our game a little bit, and we're doing, for example, a tour of Napa Valley, South Africa, etc. So more further destinations. So it's kind of a family. It connects the family in a way as well, because we're all like, oh, have you tasted this? Have you tasted that? I bought you this from here, etc. So it's quite interesting. So we focus mainly on wines produced from French grapes. We produce currently 6 red and 1 white, and we do around 100,000 bottles a year. In terms of red, we mainly do Côte du Rhône and Bordeaux style wines, so either a Cabernet Merlot or a Shiraz Grenache and Mourvèdre. And then in terms of the white, for now we only have the Sauvignon Blanc, but we have projects to expand the selection of white as well, and then we'll see what the next generations will do. Before buying the land that we're currently on, we did some soil analysis to see if the grapes were compatible with the soil, and then we bought the land. But again, weather conditions affect our produce every year as well. Sometimes we do not produce at all, and sometimes we have amazing years and we produce much better than we expect. My grandmother is from Trakija, so from this region, but we were all born and raised in Istanbul. So my grandmother lived in here until she was 20, so it was a nice way back for her to come as well.
We are at the place where everything begins, in your vineyard.
Basically, everything starts with the soil, and we basically spend 9 to 10 months a year just taking care of the soil in order to have good grapes for 2 months. So it's crucial that we have a good team on property. And we're also on site with my father, so the food engineer, the wine consultant is always on top of things, and we also have one person in charge of the land as well. So he decides basically so he sees if there's an illness that might start or anything, and then we take action quite quick. As we're family owned, again, that's a huge advantage for us. The reason being that normally in bigger companies, not only I'm talking overall, in big companies generally it's it takes long to make a decision about a problem, but as we're close and we're only worst case one phone call away, we can just react to one problem or one situation much faster than usual. So yeah, we focus on the land.
What are you offering in a bottle?
We're like a family in here. The people that work here are not employees for us. They're part of our family. They know my grandmother for years. Well, they know me since I'm 5. So it's more a collaboration of everyone of a very big family, and we all put our love in it. There's definitely passion, love for quality things, love for good food, because we try to produce wines that match our own taste in food. And there's always this feeling of reunions. So, for example, we were in here during the pandemic as a family, and we always used to open up a bottle for lunch and dinner. Again, it's more of a celebration drink for us. So yeah, but I think that the main idea would be reunion, celebration, and family, because as I said, we're family owned. So it all comes from the basics. I always say that we're super lucky about the people that we work with in here, because in case something happens, I hope it won't, but everyone comes in and I don't know, like whenever I open a bottle of wine, it's like, yes, well, we did it, that's it, you know. That's all of the fact that I can open this wine and drink it now makes up for all of the stress that I lived, all of the problems that we had, all of the investment that we made, because we bought the land in 2000, planted the seeds in 2001, and waited until 2007 for the first harvest. So that's a long time. And now I'm like, well, the investment that my father did paid off. And I will be the custodian and take care of the land, and one day give it to my kids, and I really hope that they will have the same feeling of pride that me and my father have in a bottle, the same amount of joy, you know, passion, because this is basically our whole life. That's it. There's no more.